Okay, hi all of you. Good afternoon, online students. Yes. Just give us some time more. There is some login issue. That's why we have given the other link to you. Hi Ranjit. Good morning. Am I audible to all of you online? Am I streaming fine? Yes, Divya. The class is starting off. Balbir. Can you all confirm if you can hear me properly? Am I audible to all of you? And any questions you have, any doubts you have, write a short message on your chat box. I'll reply back. Hello, Arya, Anand, Ranjit. Yes, there is some login problem. I know. I'm aware of that. Hello, Chandan. Okay, fine. I'm good, Ranjit. I'm good. You tell me. Divya. Hello, all of you. And offline, hello to all of you too. So all of you, welcome to this session. You are part of geography optional batch. August September 2023. Part of this batch, all of you. And for those not initiated, my name is Shabbir. I will be your primary teacher. I'll be a primary teacher. When I say primary, we are a team of 3 people. I take a bulk of the topics, almost 75% of topics I take, and the rest we share the responsibility, depending upon which are the critical ones, which I need support in. And sometimes I also need a break on some days. Okay, so I'll be your main teacher otherwise. And I'm presuming that there are 2 types of students in the class. One is some of you are aspiring for 24, other are aspiring for 25. Am I right here? So can you tell me how many of you are aspiring for 2024? How many of you are there? Just raise your hands. So it's almost, okay, fine. And online, how many of you are aspiring for 2024? Hi Muskan, good morning, good afternoon rather. How many of you are aspiring for 24? Okay, that should be most of you, I believe. Okay, fine. Okay, that's okay. Hi Jayashri, Anand, okay, Upasna, okay, Naman, Chandan, ठीक है. Tayyaba, Sogandhini, Saurabh, Riya, Ashutosh. Ashutosh 23, you probably meant 24 shayad. Vijay, Nitin, okay, fine. I think most of you are 24 and 25, the rest of you or some of you are 26 also. Some of you would have taken a, no, there are students who plan for 2 years. That's okay, no problem. Anybody in the class 26 wale hain? Nobody? 25, all the rest, raise your hands. So you are in minority. Okay, hi Vishal. Sandhya says 25, Divya says 25. Broadly, this will be the division. I know because you're looking at 24. Okay, ठीक है, fine. That's one. Second, hello Aisha, 25. Fine, good enough. So my next question is, when did you start your GS preparation? Was it June, July onwards, or have you done this from January? How many of you have done January and before? Raise your hands. You almost finished, right? In that case, yeah, hone wala hoga. And how many of you? and how many of you began May, June, July types? Raise your hand. Okay, so most of you have begun May, June, July offline. Online, what about you? You began in July, Anand. Okay, that is a lot of reasons why I'm asking this to you. So most of you are saying 24 is the attempt, and we are starting with geography now, August, and most of you are saying GS, you have begin probably June, or maybe some of you May and July and so on. Okay, this is the status more or less, I believe, July, January, some of it began January. Optional is complete. Chandan, you are in the wrong place then. क्या कर रहे हो मेरे साथ में? Okay, I know I'm fun guy to be with. but इतना भी नहीं कि सब खत्म करके सब दोबारा कुछ ज्यादा प्यार हो गया फिर. You have taken geography in St. Xavier's College. You want to take geography option. Is it a good? Piyush, asking a geography teacher, it's good to take geography or not. Okay, मैं क्या बोलूंगा इससे बताओ? मैं तो बोलूंगा सारे सब्जेक्ट को बैन कर दो. We must have only geography, nothing else. Okay, and if they do not take, minus marking में कर देना चाहिए. Okay, Piyush, absolutely. If you are having geography background, geography आप enroll कर रखे हो, and Xavier's College Ranchi is among the better ones. You must consider. There is no reason why you should not. July through online mode, Vijay. You're doing GS right now. Fair enough. ठीक है, all of this will understand slowly, gradually. So I have some idea about your cohort and your. You began in July. Okay, ठीक. Okay. No problem. All accepted here. Now another question I want to ask you is, how many of you are geography background students? As in, you have done geography in your graduation. Please come in. Okay, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, fine. And online students, geography optional because of me. That's a bad one, Divya. Although it looks nice, okay, it feels very good also. But don't take geography because of me. Okay, you should take geography otherwise also. मैं हूँ नहीं हूँ अलग बात है. Okay, तो सुनने में अच्छा लग रहा है, but घबराहट हो रहा है मुझे. Because if something goes wrong, unfortunately, okay, you'll put the entire blame on me. Okay, so Divya, okay, jokes apart, you're welcome. I hope I can do justice to your preparation. Okay, so you are, some of you are from geography background. Urban planning, that's a very specialized area. Engineer here, you're engineer and your, your online name is vitamin protein. Okay. There is some identity crisis. You wanted to be in the medical line probably, again, then you ended up like most of us, okay, in the wrong place. So I'll ask you separately, why is your DP vitamin protein? Okay, nuts and bolts would have been better as an engineer. You're not geography background, you take tuition for, okay, fine. See, the beauty of some of the subjects is, it does not matter what background you come from. Okay, in humanities in particular, political science, geography, sociology, even history for that matter, public administration, these days even anthropology, these subjects do not require the technical background in the subject because they're humanities. It's not mathematics, equations, it is not the technical definition. Typically engineering वाला जैसा होता है, physics का होता है, ठीक है? So anybody can take up. And yesterday I was in Chennai. Some of you have been in the session there also. So there I showed you that if you look at the overlap of geography with GS, there's a huge overlap. You have got 4 papers of GS, GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. GS4 is ethics and some issues around governance. GS2 is polity and governance, okay, and social justice. Paper 1 mein to directly you have geography. Paper 3 has economy. Paper 3 has environment. It has international relations. It has security and disaster management. Okay. Paper 1 geography, history, art and culture, and so on. So geography is directly in paper 1. Social justice is good amount of geography. Rural development, tribal issues, problems of inequalities, problem related to women issues also. So there is an element of this in geography. In paper 3, ये पूरा geography है. Okay, even economy, we say it's economy and development. It's not typical economics. Economy development means infrastructure, roads, the buildings, constructions, trade for that matter, transportation, inequalities. Agriculture is a very important part of development. Urban areas are development. You need geography here. Geography is hardcore economy overlap. And this is geography, a part of security geography and disaster management, entirely geography. You cannot understand this without cyclones, earthquakes, landslides or heat waves, climate issues are there. Okay, so an environment has pollution, biodiversity, issues related to your climate change issues. This is geography. And in ethics, there is some overlap. I'll not say too much, but there's some overlap in terms of some development principles. Okay, sustainable development as a principle, equity as a principle, environmental governance in terms of principles. So I was telling the students yesterday itself that geography has a huge overlap. And reason being, geography is about what? If I answer this question in brief, what is geography? Geography, two words. It is geo plus graphene. Graphene as in study, geo as in earth. So we are studying earth, and whatever is on earth which is related to man. This is a very important aspect of geography. Wherever man is involved, it is this man, there's a man, a Greek philosopher called Eratosthenes. I'm looking at 3rd, 4th century BC, a Greek philosopher. And he has defined geography as the study of earth as the home of man. What is it we have on earth, and how does it become the home of man? Home of man means how we live, what activity we do, how we interact with people, how do we form our societies, how do we develop, what problems we face, what resources we have, what industries, economy we build. So whatever is on earth in relationship to man, this man-earth relationship is geography. And you cannot have any development without this perspective. You cannot have any type of problem solving without this perspective. कोई भी conflicts होगा, there is the environment-man relationship. So environment-man relationship is a overarching theme, okay, across the entire GS syllabus. So, and that's why we say it doesn't matter. आपके पास geography background है, नहीं है, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's perfectly fine. You can consider that one. Vijay, you have completed geography. Okay, you have done some bit of that in BTech. Okay. Currently, you are honors. Should I prepare geography optional from the notes on the online, or should I read books? Okay, Rasik, I get your question. Essentially, Rasik is asking, should we prepare from the notes, or should we read proper books and do something more specific? Okay, I'll come back on this, Rasik, after some time. Vitamin, protein. Okay. You are you are giving suggestion to Vijay. Okay, fine. I enjoyed class 12 very much. That's why. Take a fine. Okay, your points are taken. You have just joined. Lakshay, I have not taught anything. Today's session is more like an orientation session. Orientation session, basically the objective is to tell you what we are into, what our philosophy will be, how will we study. And in the process, you get to know me a bit more better, because you will be stuck with me for the next almost 1 year in some ways. And when you give attempts, you will need some support even next year, not just this year. So it's very nice if you can know the institute, the teachers, what we do, and have faith in us. So this first session is more of that kind. Teaching will start hardcore tomorrow onwards. Today I'll tell you what all we have in mind, how you must study, what are the requirements of your preparation. Okay, so Lakshay, that's all. So I just started with a bit of introduction, Lakshay, for those who have joined me late. I just asked how many of you are geography background students, how many of you are planning for 24, how many are planning for 25, and so on. Zainab, your first time taking my class, or it's the first time for everything, Zainab? No problem. Okay, so it's first time for me also interacting with you. And I'm a good man. You will definitely be in safe hands. Don't worry. So Lakshay, nothing really have been taught here. Okay. So the first discussion we had was doesn't matter whatever background you come from. Okay, it doesn't matter. But yes, most engineers and science students they prefer geography. उसका reason simple है. Geography is more like humanities, but it has some portions which has some bit of science overlap. Okay, it's not technical physics, it is not technical chemistry, it is not the way you study equations. वैसा नहीं है. but some idea about velocity, time, some ideas about friction, force, inertia, winds, movement. Okay, so it helps you there. Okay, plus geography is very scientific in terms of how it's organized. Okay, not to say other subjects are not scientific. Okay, so that's one reason why the science students and engineering students prefer, because engineering students have one choice is they can go for hardcore engineering subjects, which is not easy, or they go for humanities. And geography is humanities, but a bit towards in some aspects, it's a bit towards the science subjects. Okay, so if you have fine, but this is not an advantage. ऐसा नहीं है कि the guys who come from engineering background, they have a huge advantage over the others. No, they do not have. It's just that the mindset is a bit more technical mindset. It helps for some topics, okay, not for all the topics. Okay? So please, that's perfectly fine. Now, one thing important is we are doing, if I look at the course coverage, we will be doing graduation level, plus we also will be doing quite a bit of master's level of geography. Okay, and I must finish off all this in your foundation class. So one of the challenge will be that there are certain basics. When I say basics, I'm to keep talking about school level basics. Class 9th ka, 10th ka, school level basics are there. I'm assuming most of you know this. What's a valley? What's a mountain? What is a plateau? What is erosion? What is deposition? What are winds? At least some names you must have heard. I'm assuming you know these things. Okay. But when I teach and you have a problem, feel free to ask me. Okay. हमें पता है, I also know this in the school. We are not as committed towards subjects of humanities. In school, I know that we tend to be more biased towards, unfortunately, towards science, mathematics, physics. So humanities ko to ऐसे ही we ignore it. So though you have read that, you may have forgotten that. So my recommendation to all of you is, if you can spend maybe next 1 week or 10 days time, and when I'm teaching the topics, spend separately 1 hour if you can to revise through the NCERT books. Nevertheless, you have any problem while I'm teaching, ask me. Okay, I will try answering wherever it is possible. So don't feel embarrassed. It's just that some people ask and we laugh at them. Others, they don't ask, we don't laugh at them, but life will laugh at them. Okay, so don't hold yourself back. Okay, so ask your doubts, clarify it. I'm assuming you know some basics, but I will clarify if it is relevant. That's the important point. So I tell all the students, all of you, please, okay, you should mentally note it down somewhere. You're all free to ask your doubts to us, whatever doubts you have, however silly you may think the doubts are. Okay, but दो तीन चीज का ध्यान रखो आप. What happens is, when we are teaching, we tend to have impulsive doubts. Okay, impulsive, like for example, I'm teaching about Chandrayaan rocket has gone there, it has landed, and moon this and moon that, and the purpose or mission is that. Somebody can always ask me, sir, why did we not go to Mars first? Okay, a curiosity essentially. I'm teaching about Chandrayaan project. So you can answer, sir, tell me, sir, who went to moon first? Okay, so these are curiosity questions. आपके मन में आ रहा है, I'm sure. So these type of questions, I'll say, ask us, but hold back for some time. Because see, this is not a general conversation. I'm teaching you guys. Okay, and you will have lot of doubts. I'm teaching about plants and leaves, and I'm talking about how it's a beautiful creation. Yes, sir, do you believe in God or not? Did God made the plant? So, ऐसे questions बहुत मन में आते हैं. Okay, so you are free to ask, but then I'll suggest कि be wary of this. Okay, so if you must ask, ask. But if it's a curiosity question, okay, then hold yourself back for some time. Maybe ask me later. That's one thing be aware of. One. Number two, the lot of things even I do not know. There's no point me having pretensions. Okay, I'm trained in some ways. I have learned in some ways, but I do not know all the answers. So give me the freedom to tell you I do not know. Like, rather than me bluffing my way out, If I do not know, I do not know. That's second. Third is, I know the answer. You've asked a good question, but maybe this is not the right time to answer that. Because see, when I'm discussing something and you ask a question, it's possible the conversation can go in that direction then. Okay, so I will tell you, hold on. Okay, ask your question, but hold on. Wait, we'll answer this question maybe a couple of days later, or maybe the next day, or maybe when I teach that topic to you. So some of the students, they get offended. Because हमने पूछा आपने बताया नहीं, you're ignoring us. Okay, I don't ignore. I can see all your messages here. And offline students, you can ask me your doubts here. I don't ignore unless I think it's the wrong time to ask. Or maybe you are asking too many questions. Right now, my objective is to finish and cover some portions. So what happens of online students, because of anonymity, आप ऐसे क्लास में बैठोगे तो आपका मुंह खुलेगा नहीं. But anonymity है, घर में बैठे हुए हैं, कि आराम से, nobody can see you, nobody knows a vitamin protein है या nut bolts हैं, you are fat and oil and carbohydrate, I have no idea there. So you have a lot of time in your at your disposal, आप आराम से कर सकते हो type. Okay, so that sometimes becomes a bit of a distraction. Okay, so feel free. I said, I repeat this. Ask your doubts. You are free to ask your doubts. But then, do exercise some restraint. Some restraint as in don't ask whatever comes to your mind. Like that's one. Have patience. Have patience as in sometimes I will answer later on. But if it's a doubt troubling you very badly, जान निकल जाएगी types का, पूछ लो ना. I don't want you dying on the screen because I did not answer my question. पूछ लो. And if I don't answer because I do not know, be okay about it. Ki, sir is learning also. ठीक है? Hi Nitin, what was that? Oh, okay. Nitin knows a secret about me. Okay, he's writing about, he's a fan of my handwriting. Okay, Nitin, I'll get back to you on this. Okay, हम अलग से बात करेंगे आपके साथ में. Okay, and the students do not know about my speed. Okay, Nitin, you are coming with lot of experience there. I respect you for that. अभी चुपचाप रखो. Let me do some more marketing first. Okay, then we will get back. Should we cover NCERT beforehand? देखो, should you cover NCERT? Absolutely. Beforehand, that would have been brilliant. Okay, not done till now. Okay, fine. Let's accept that. Should do it now? Please do it. For NCERT, it should not be a time-bound thing. कि नहीं किया तो अब नहीं हो सकता. ऐसे नहीं है. Some basic readings are always nice. And trust me, even now when I'm teaching, and after all these years of teaching, whenever I open NCERT books and read, I always get some insights. Always. Because those books are so brilliantly written. I mean, it's unfortunate that three things in India don't converge. Okay. The books that we write, the teaching methods that we have, and the teachers who deliver. Okay. Teachers who deliver, much has to be done. In India, teachers training is pathetic. Okay. The teaching pedagogy, the method जो है, वो evolve हो रहा है. But the books are brilliant. If we actually can meet the standard of the books written, okay, our education will go all over the world doing whatever we have ever thought about. So NCERTs are a brilliant source of your knowledge. And school books, so they are written very, very simple. They are written very, very lucidly and very good concepts. And last 2-3 years, they have elevated the quality of the content. They have elevated the quality of the discussions and discourse. That tells us that the expectations from our generations is very high. What I read in my school is very different from what you guys are reading in your school time. So it has elevated and very, very good level of standard that they have now. So my recommendation to all of you, please find time to do NCERTs and do not do NCERTs mechanically for the sake of doing it. It's like, you want to have a new friend and you want to appreciate him or her So you go and tell thank you, good, nice, excellent. You compliment the person. But the point here is, don't compliment mechanically. Okay, the compliment kare bhi aap, do it with all sincerity, with all your heart, with all the type of emotion involved. The same thing. NCERT, 9.9 out of 10 students do it mechanically, for sake of completion, for sake of yes, I have done it. Okay, that's not the right approach. Spend time, but spend time beyond regular hours. You cannot be saying, sir, I'm missing class. Why? Because I'm doing NCERT. And that's a very bad one. I'm not doing assignments. Why? Because I'm coming NCERT. That's a wrong strategy. Find time, find some extra amount of investment that you can put in, and do NCERTs not once, do it 2-3 times if required. It will help you eventually. But NCERTs are not enough. NCERTs will not answer all your questions, but they'll give you a very good base. Yes, Piyush, what was your question? Can you repeat? The page has scrolled. That's how I have missed your question. Snehasis, you have joined late. I have not begun. I'm just conversing. Not an issue. Don't worry. Which class in CRT? I think you can start off with from class 8th, 9th in CRT. Okay. There is some topics repeat. 8th, 9th, 10th is a good one. And 11th, 12th are more important. Okay. But if you can quickly finish off 8th, 9th, 10th and do it fast. You don't need to go to 6th, 7th Tayyibat. You can ignore that. But do at least 8th, 9th, 10th. And 11th, 12th are more important. Okay. Anand. Yes, the entire course is in English. But I have a flaw. Okay. I tend to use Hindi words in between. That's because a bad habit. Okay. But I try to translate that immediately, unless it is not worth translating. So Anand, the course in English, I will try to speak in English, I'll make you write in English. I will never write in Hindi, that's not my domain at all. But sometimes I use Hindi words, बीच में. ठीक है, so बीच में समझ में आना चाहिए. Otherwise, no problem, I will repeat it. You have a problem, you can point that out to me, I will repeat the whole thing again in English in case I have overdone it. Should we begin with answer writing for geography, GS? Himanshu, answer writing, we'll park it aside right now. Answer writing happens baad mein. Right now, we are doing the geography beginnings. Okay, so forget about answer writing. Piyush, what was your doubt? As a beginner, problem we face is strategy for the market, tukkabazi, current affairs, reading guide. Piyush, you know the problem. That's the best part. So stop looking at all the strategies. Okay, he's asking me, is there so much of strategy around the market? Yes, there is strategy, correct. Okay, for that matter, we also have lot of ideas about how the country must be governed. Okay, I think I also have idea about how Chandrayaan should have been launched. Okay, nobody listened to me. I have a lot of ideas there. I have a lot of ideas about how a doctor must treat me also. Okay, before I go to doctor, I have done all the tests. Okay, and I go and tell this doctor, I've done the test. The doctor asks me, "Aap hi bata dijiye what the treatment should be." Okay, so you know the answer. Okay, put the blinkers on, put the blinders on, focus on the class, and for some time at least be with me. Okay, and the rest, Piyush, even you are guilty of advising others on the chat box, right? It's a human thing. Okay, the wisdom is you generally know who to ask. Okay, so don't get scared about that. Okay, so fine. So that is this point taken, I believe. Ask your doubts, but be mindful of how we can answer those questions. Okay. Now, all of you, I think you're aware of there are two aspects of the program. One is what we call as the foundation course. Okay, and second is what we call as the integrated course. So a lot of people ask me, what is this, and explain. I'm doing that for all of you. Now, when I say integrated course, okay, I mean you have foundation in this, okay, plus something else is here. First, let me explain what I mean by foundation. Okay, now see, in a subject, There are topics A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. All of you pay attention for a few minutes. Let me explain this to you. In a subject, there are many topics. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, and a lot of topics are there. When the examination starts off in the early days of the subject, okay, this is what we knew about the subject as important, and exams would be on this. And say, to cover this, I probably need, say, a random number. Say, I need 10 days to finish this. In time, okay, subjects grow. In time, the content gets enriched. In time, the exam also becomes a bit more, okay, tricky. So after 10, 15, 20 years ke baad mein, what happens is, the subject is now having F, G, H, I, J. Okay, and the exam quality has also increased to include this. What would require 10 days, okay, now should require maybe 15 days. Okay, and in time, this grows further. Okay, I, J, L, M, N, O, P also expands. Exam has become more tougher. Okay, and what took 10 days now will take probably 25 days. That's how it happens. So this is the function of when you were born. So if you were born in the 80s and 90s, this was enough. When you're born in the first part of the 21st century, this was enough. You are giving examination now, 20, 24, 25. And what has happened is, the quality of questions and the type of treatment has really dramatically changed. There were two major changes in your examination pattern and the question level. One was in 2013-14, when they changed some aspect of examination. Then what happened was, in 2017-18, there was another dramatic change. Okay, so what has happened is, while the content has expanded here, okay, I cannot ignore this because this is your base. While the questions may come from X, Y, Z, but you need to know this. While the questions are coming from topics much beyond, I can't ignore this. It's like no matter how much of physics develops, the beginnings of physics has to be, okay, same kinematics, basic laws of optics, basic laws of electricity, and then we must study something called superconductors. Then we must go towards space science maybe. So if you had come to me maybe 7-8 years ago, okay, this what we call as foundation course, which is approximately, back then it was about 4 to 5 months, it was enough. The questions would be such, you could answer the examination with this kind of questions. Now the questions have gone very applied. Think of this one question. Think of this question. So if I ask you, one type of question is, tell us what are the types of minerals in India and where are they found? One type of question. Tell us what the minerals are. Iron ore, maybe bauxite, aluminium, maybe gypsum, maybe copper, maybe gold, and tell us where they are found. Okay, that's one. Second type of question is, what are the minerals of India? And tell us, write a note on the mineral policy of India. I've gone one step ahead. A third level is, while mineral rich regions have lot of economic prospects for development, why are they the backward countries, parts of India? Okay, this was about what are minerals, where are they found? Second is, what are minerals? Give me the policy. Just tell me what the policy is. 2, 3, 4, 5 points. I'm done. Now the question is, okay, that why are the mineral rich regions of India not developed parts of the country? Now this is a very different type of a question, no? In which I need to know this, I need to know this also. Ek aur fourth type of question. Okay, given the emerging challenges of geopolitics and in material commodity trade, evaluate if India's mineral policy is appropriate in terms of the conflicts of South Asia. You know where you've gone now? I'm asking opinion on the policy made by the country, is it good in terms of geopolitical considerations or not? The questions have come this level now. But should I ignore this one? Should I ignore this? You have to know this one. What are the minerals? Where are they found? What are the policies? And then tell me about what the problems are. So problem with the course now is, I can't ignore this. I must teach this, I must teach this, and then I must train you for this also. And this is a thinking level question. It's a very high level question, not easy to answer. So one question is, tell me what are Indian exports and how much is agriculture export. So now can I ask you, what are the consequences of India banning the basmati and non-basmati rice and how it impacts farmers' income? Comment on what the government can do in the future for agriculture trade. It's the next level question, all of you. So what happens is that this type of content, to cover this, there are two challenges. One is you need to have that type of content maturity. Okay. And the second challenge is I need more time for this. So the foundation course, so these type of relatively straight topics is what I call as foundation course. In the foundation course, my focus is I will cover the syllabus for you. I'll give you all the important notes that I need for that particular topic. I will help you understand the concepts. I'll explain those to you. Okay. Will I have tests here? I'll say not tests. We will have assignments here. I will make you do some things here. Okay. So that the foundation base is strong in you first. Then I'll move on towards the advanced concepts. Okay. Then I will teach you answer writing, and then we will have your tests. So it's not possible for me to cover this in this time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Ranjan, absolutely. This approach is important for even GS. Okay. You know, I was telling this to you guys yesterday. Some of you were there in the workshop yesterday. From the time I started my preparation, okay, which was in early 1990s, since then, GS course has been approximately 10 to 12 months. And even now, if you go and ask the institute, how many months GS course, they'll tell you 10, 12 months. I'm telling you, nothing has changed in the last 25, 30 years. I have been teaching for the last almost 22 and 3 years now I'm teaching. So the problem is the teaching time has not changed, but the course have changed dramatically. The questions have changed dramatically. So it is such naive of many of you to expect that doing this 10, 12 months of course is enough for the examination. It is not. A lot of people don't qualify and then they tend to blame themselves. I didn't work hard, or the teacher didn't work hard, whatever. I say, no, you have not prepared for the examination right now. You have only done the base content, and that too, you have done it superficially. So after foundation, even in GS, you need advanced course. If this takes you 10 to 12 months, this will take you another 5 or 6 months. Without this, you have got no chance. You can't stand those questions. And any doubt that you had, this prelim should have cleared those doubts. So you need this. Okay. Your choice, you join or don't join. Some of you can say, I'll do it on my own. Fine, that's your choice. But as an offering, okay, I will do foundation and then we will do this. So this is what is called as your integrated package, where we will do foundation. The foundation at my place will take you 6 months. This is another question students tell me. So why do you take 6 months? Okay, there are other teachers who do in some other time. See, I can't compete on those lines, no? I know what is my strength. I know what I think is important. Okay, I mean, you should have been complaining if I was teaching less. If others say 6 months and I take 3 months, then you should have your red flags. But I am giving, I think I am among the highest ones in terms of your time taken for your geography course. So 6 months is there. I cannot reduce it. I might take couple of 4, 5, 6 days more, but kam to nahi hone wala. 6 months including all the day offs and Sundays and all of that. Okay. Plus, I will need this. This again will be approximately 3 to 4 months. Okay, let's keep it at 4 months, approximately 4 months. So we start from October, November, December, and maybe half of Jan type. So let's keep it at approximately 4 months. The foundation course is 6 days a week, class every day. The advanced concepts will be 3 days a week. Okay, so it's like this. You can do foundation and then you can do the advanced course, or you can do the foundation and you can do parallelly the advanced course. If you're doing parallelly, you have to come to class twice. The foundation course is at 12 to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. It goes on to 2:30, 2:15 sometimes. And the advanced classes, all my advanced classes will be from 4 to 6 p.m. Okay, this is 6 days a week, and this will be 3 days a week, and this we are starting from October onwards. So you have the month of September, okay, and once I start this, you must come to class twice. Morning 12 to 2 o'clock with me, you take a break, and every alternate day, I'll give the list to all of you. You must be here with me at 4 o'clock also. Okay, now this becomes tricky for those planning for 24. Let me, some of you know this conversation for the benefit of all others who have joined me first time, okay? Let's do this a bit more thoughtfully. By the way, I'm assuming one thing from all of you, that you all are very mature, you are all thinking people, because you are going to be part of an administration. In administration, you cannot act naive. You can't act like a small child. Okay? You are a thinking man, okay? So I am giving you some arguments and some debates, okay? It's for you to appreciate it rather than me forcing it on you. So whatever I do, I always tell why I am doing it. Okay? Look at the logic that I have. Piyush, what was your doubt? This is not a fair question to ask. One of the question is, will I finish all the topics? Now question like this, look at this. What do you want? You want me to finish all topics, or do you want me to get exam ready? What's your call here? Exam ready, right? In exam ready, all topics are not equally important. There are some topics, like say in oceanography, there is a topic called as tides. It has been 27 years since they have not asked a question on tides. Okay, पूछा ही नहीं आज तक. For whatever reasons, they have forgotten the topic. So every unit will have 2-3 such topics, no questions asked. And there are some topics where questions are asked beyond syllabus. The syllabus says A, they're asking you C, B, D. What I do is, the questions more likely, the questions more tricky and more frequently asked, I tend to teach that a bit more. Because see, I have my time limit, no? I have to finish your course in 6 months. Okay, I cannot go beyond, already I'm taking a lot of time. So if that topic called A, there is B, there is C, there is D, there is E. And some topics, they're asking questions of DE level. In some questions, not asking at all. Okay, some they may ask, but not as frequently. So I follow this kind of design. So where I'm required to go more deep, I'll go more deep. Some I will teach the topics and say, okay, it's enough for now at least. Some I'll say, not asked, I'm taking a chance. If they ask you, you are bad luck. Next year I'll teach that. Okay. So I'm making an informed judgment here. So my promise to all of you is, I will cover more than 90% of your syllabus. That's my promise, but I do cover almost 95, and I'll give a list also. What I have taught, what I have not taught. And some topics I'll say, apne aap dekh lo yaar, come on. You can't be so much spoon-fed that I teach every word to you. And that's too much. It's not a school type of teaching. Okay. So it's okay, Ashwini. I will cover in some other context. This was what I'm leaving. This I will cover. What I do is, I cover that in the advanced class. So my focus and foundation is, let me finish off whatever I can in terms of setting a base right first at least. Okay? So I will cover and see a very important step in your preparation is that you have to be having faith in the teachers. How, why, I do not know how you can do that. But if you don't have faith in what I am teaching and how I approach, फिर the entire course will be you are judging me. Okay, and the problem with that is you will not learn from me. You always will judge me, pass your remark, pass your judgment on good, bad, ugly. Okay, then you're not learning at all. So learning is, that's why I'm saying, get to know me a bit more, interact with me a bit more, and find ways how to trust. It's like, when I go to a doctor, I do a very good research first. Who is a good doctor? Not all of them are same. I look at the reviews, okay. Then I take a call, okay, I'll go to this doctor. And when I decide that, फिर तो I say, okay, you are my God. अब आप जो करेंगे, I'll do that. He says test, I'll do the test. He says do this, I'll do it without questioning. Why? Because he is definitely more knowledgeable than me. So you have the freedom to analyze before you join us. Go ask students, look at the reviews, you come and clarify your doubts, interact with us. But once you join the process, then don't work with too much of doubt. Okay, so that's how I will manage the course here. Foundation course, see, that's your choice. Foundation I will teach, integrated you want to do on your own, that's your choice. Okay, or you can join later on, that's also your choice. That's entirely up to you. No Atrika. Right now, no essays discussion, and answer writing in geography happens later on. I'll let you know how I will do that. Essay writing, absolutely, abhi nahi, don't ask me about essays at all. Atritika, Vansa. Okay, you are in wrong place. Today is your orientation for geography optional. Okay. Oh my God, how many times you have asked me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you're asking me. Okay, so you keep asking, I will not answer that question. Okay, fine. Let's get back now. So our conversation was on how am I going to manage all of this one. So you got the idea that is the foundation course. The foundation course. I will cover this for 6 months, and then from this foundation course, I'll start now. So let's assume it is September 1st. Okay, that's for the sake of convenience. 28 to ho chuka hai. So September, October, November, December, January, and Feb. 6 months I need to finish off your course. Okay, and the advanced course, and this is from 12 to 2:15, 2:30 sometimes, depends on what is the topic we're dealing with. Advanced course will start from October 1st week, and this also I must finish off by January. January mid-end tak I finish off, and the advanced course will have 4 components. There will be classes. Okay, I will teach something to you. Plus, there will be some sections called as practice tests. Okay, then we will have sectional tests, and then we will have a full-length test. There's a design that I have. In fact, something also in between. I will not share everything right now because it will happen in the part of the sessions. So, classes are for teaching you new content. Okay, because I know if I ask questions, I have taught you foundation. If I ask questions of exam type without teaching this, you will not answer. You leave it. That's all. So I must teach you some content. You'll have approximately about 25, 30 classes are planned on this one. Then the practice tests where I give the answers to you. Go home, memorize, and come and write, so that your writing starts getting better. Okay, this is not a test, it's actually a practice. Okay, sectional tests, okay, they are short tests and all questions compulsory. I'll give you no choice, because if I give a choice, you'll end up doing the easier one, correct? And what I want is learn the hard ones. Okay, so in sectional tests, generally we ask you 14 questions and no choice. Sara likhoge aap. Okay, and then we have the full length test, where it is like a question paper for the examination. This is the training I have to put you through. Okay, and in the foundation class, I will have your class the way I teach you, plus you'll have a lot of assignments. See, the objective of foundation classes is content command of level 1. When I say command means what? That if I ask this topic to you, you should know the answer. Absolute command. Let's like say, forget about studying semiconductors. Do you know what is the metal? What's the non-metal? What electrons? What electricity? And like the tip of a finger. You must not think about it. Okay. Before I teach about the higher concepts of aerodynamics and hydraulics, equation of motion, what's velocity, what is speed, scalar or vector, draw a graph. You should know that, and then I'll take you towards hydraulics higher level. I hope you got the point here. So the objective of this class is your content command for the first level. This is not exam readiness. This is content comfort level. So assignments will include certain synopsis writing, certain workbook writing, some answer writing we will do, but not of this level. It's like you are playing for Olympics. Before that, morning jogging kar lo. Evening may go and play a short match with a friend of yours. Okay, watch some television to learn some tricks. The actual rigor will happen later on. So I will have assignments here, but they are not this type of tests. Yes, Rachit. Now see, I got distracted. I hope you got the sense of what I'm discussing here. Okay. Now, where I left you was essentially, Ramzan, what is that? P6 examination. Okay. What should be the approach to cover current affairs? Chandan, hold on. Okay. Current affairs is that, okay, did God made the plant or not? Okay. Focus on geography first. Okay. Answer writing, not too early for that, Abhishek. You're starting to learn driving. Okay. You can't have everything known at the first day. Okay. Now see, let's do some logical thinking, and I will want all of you to note this down. Okay. Say those who are preparing for 2024. Okay. 24. Most of you are preparing. First tell me, are you serious about this attempt or is this a trial attempt? जो भी है लिखो अपना notebook. All of you. Okay. When I say serious, means you want to qualify. Trial का मतलब है you are flirting. देखते हैं फुटसी खेल रहे हो. Okay, पहले लगा के देखते हैं गुस्सा हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ हंस रही है, मुस्कुरा रही है, नहीं हो रही है. If we do that or drama, no? So what are you into? Are you serious or are you in trial attempt? Because my verdict, or all of you write it down, whatever it is. If you are trial attempt doing, that's a pathetic thought that you have. UPSC के साथ फ्लर्ट करोगे ना, वो आपको बर्बाद कर देगा. There's no flirting in this. There's no trial in this. You want to do trial? घर में बैठ के solve करो question. That's your trial. It's like, you know, I want to jump. This is your staircase. Okay. I want to jump and I want to learn jumping. Jump from step 1 to step 3. I can have a trial. Jumping from step 2 to step 3. I can have a trial. Okay. I want to walk on one leg. I can do some trial. But where? घर में कर लिया trial. But when I am climbing a mountain, there's no trial here, right? When I am standing on a building and I must jump to another building here, इसमें trial थोड़ी होता है. ठीक है, इसमें trial is a dangerous one. Okay, this is because this is the level of the work you're getting into. The UPSC is a very high intensity examination. It's a very high intensity investment that you require. You cannot be doing trial work here. Before jumping a building, trial I'll do in my backyard. Jump on a tarpaulin. Okay, jump on maybe 2 small rocks. That's okay. You can't try here. So all of you get the trial thing out of your mind. If you want to give the examination, you will give like you want to qualify. Okay, there is no other option here. Sir, I have got attempts. So why do you want to give all 6 attempts, man? Why? Okay, enter the game because see, irrespective of what is the level of your preparation, the moment you give examination, okay, you get hopeful. You have some desire. You have friends who are going to qualify. and not qualifying is always an emotional drain. And watch this. Exam is here. Okay, and these are maybe 1 or 2 months before the examination. It's not that you will not read for examination, no. Even if it's trial attempt, you will spend some time preparing for the examination. Because time is less, you will do selective study, A, B, you leave D, E, F, do G, leave something else here. So you are studying, you're spending 2, 3, 4 months for the examination in a very, a shortcut method. Okay. Then you give the examination, you know you have not done well, you won't qualify. Now this 3, 4 months, which could have been spent very wisely, doing the course properly, you have wasted the time completely. And when exam dene ke baad mein, you will wait for 1 month for the results, praying ki shayad mera ho jaye. Okay, 2-3 nariyal yahan wahan se phod phad ke Vaishno Devi, Amarnath Yatra and all of that. Your parents will get invested. Okay, your friends all know that you are giving examination, and okay, you have not qualified. Then you spend another 20 days of mourning. So imagine what could have been spent for good preparation, you have wasted because the attempt was not a sincere one. Yahan par 3 or 4 months gone, idhar 2 months gone. And in your preparation, 6 months of time waste is an incredible price you're paying. Okay. You will say, sir, I will study and then give the test like that. It will never happen like that. Okay. And worst part is, okay, this you have not qualified. And you know the reason. Sir, I didn't study well. Okay, fine. ये 6 महीने खराब किया आपने, it will impact to next year also. Next year, if you don't qualify, okay, अब आपके रिकॉर्ड में आ चुका है, पहली बार भी नहीं हुआ, second time भी. If you know though, the first time was just like that. Second time, you're not qualified, whatever reasons. It has been noted now. Third attempt, God forbid, you again don't qualify. Now your confidence will take a nosedive. पहली बार भी दिया, now you have got no answer for your friends, and parents. That's how people destroy their confidence. Okay, and you know that this was a bad attempt. You wasted 6 months of your preparation, and the second attempt also gets compromised. Then it's a spiral down. फिर आपके रिकॉर्ड में क्या आ जाएगा? इसका एग्जाम होता ही नहीं है. Okay, ये भी दिया तब भी नहीं हुआ. And by this time, nobody will believe that you gave this as a trial attempt. You yourself will feel guilty about it. So my request to all of you, there is no trial attempt. If it is trial, it's a bad planning that you are going through. It has to be a serious one. Serious one like you are playing to cross that hurdle and qualify. Okay, so now let's look at this timeline that we have. It's a favorite topic for me. Okay, 2024, a September month is the mains examination. Okay, month of May end, 24 is your prelims examination. Effectively between this, June, July, August, 3 months. Okay, effectively it's not even 3 months. It is approximately about 70-80 days. Okay, between the prelims and your mains examination, correct? In 70-80 days, can you learn entire advanced content, answer writing? Can you finish all important book reading? You cannot do it. Okay, so this 3 months should actually be for revision practice. But understand, you have begun in the month of August. And the foundation class is going on up to February. Right? And from Feb, you have to start for the prelims. When will you do your advanced content? And advanced content for both, for GS and for your optional. I hope you got that point, logic, all of you here. अगर समझ में नहीं भी आ रहा है, note this down. Go back and rethink. Somebody asked me, sir, should we do a foundation advanced together? If you are planning for 24, you have got no choice. You have to do together. And finish off your advanced course by January, February, so that you can spend 3 to 4 months only for the prelims. If this study, Foundation Advanced, is going up to March, April, then the attempt is destroyed. Then you have no chance to qualify. Did you all get the timeline, all of you? Note it down, then go back and think. Okay, so if you are planning for 24 attempt, you have to do both foundation, okay, course plus advanced course together. So yes, it will be a bit more of drain, but that's a choice you have to make. Can you do it? Absolutely. Okay, but it will not be an easy walk. You have to accordingly plan your schedule. So I told my students, don't get scared by this. This is an eye-opener, I hope. Okay, and an examination of this level requires that you are a thinking student, not a mechanical one. हाथ पकड़ के बोल दिया वहां चलो आप वहां चले गए, इधर बोल दिया इधर चले गए. Okay, don't do that. Sit back and think about what I'm telling you. So, should you join both right now or not? It depends on when have you planned your attempts. Okay, and some of you told me that you have started GS the month of June, July, August. तो भी करना है आप लोगों को. So that's a choice you have to make. That's why we give the freedom to you. Okay, 24, if you're planning, accordingly plan the study. And 25, you're planning, so fine. That's a different story altogether. All got it here, all of you? Okay, so should you join advanced or not? Depends on when you are giving your examination. And there should be no trial attempts. Plan like you want to qualify. I have this vocabulary with us. I say study like you are in a mission mode approach. It's like a commando thing. Okay, you will plan. See, in commando training, the lot of possibilities. Okay, but you must have a very good plan. Even then, it's possible your mission will not go into plan. You'll improvise then. But yet you must have that attitude, the mindset thing. I'll go after it like a commando thing. Your GS classes are from 9 p.m. So you'll do the advanced course from 4 to 6 and then join your GS class. I don't know, Shivangi, what is your plan there? No hope, no. Just today because we're starting off. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 days, but not on online every day like that. You're thinking, no. What if you join August batch? What does that mean, Ashwini? This batch is the August batch, right? So our advanced course only happens once a year, from October up to December. Once a year we have this, and the remaining, of course, you can join any time of the year you want to join. So I have discussed 2-3 things to all of you. One, I gave a brief idea about what is geography, the scope of geography, and how geography has a good overlap with your GS. Second, I gave you the rationale of why do we need the advanced course. Like, it's impossible to do justice to UPSC requirements only on the foundation class basis. You have to go next step, and when you want to do that, that's your choice. As a teacher, I can offer a course and do justice with it. It's up to you whether you want to manage the 2 classes or not, or do it later on. That's your choice. Priya, yes, the interlinking and all of that will be done as a part of discussions. For interlinking, first you must have the entire syllabus in control first. Abhinav will share the details to all of you. Advanced classes approximately is about 25 odd classes, plus or minus 2 or 3 of them. Plus we have got 9 tests, sectional and full length. Plus we have practice tests also. So in terms of tests, you'll have almost 20 odd tests you'll have to go through. Okay, and I think that's good enough. You don't need more than that. You can't handle more than that for that matter, Abhinav. Okay, I've explained. Any questions on this? Anybody? Online, offline? Any doubts in this? Any queries on this? Why, Ashwini? You can practice. That's your choice. Foundation course. How different? Arey Divya, samjha to diya. What else you want to hear? Foundation course is syllabus completion, your notes making, your basic book reading. Okay, you'll have assignments, but the actual exam readiness happens in the advanced classes, where I teach you the next level of content. Do we need to maintain a diagram book? What is that, Chirag? Do we have diagram books also? Wow, you guys are ultimate spoon feeding guys. No, you'll only buy the books I'm recommending. Don't buy any random book. I'll tell the list of the books also eventually. Abhinav, I hope I answered your question. Anybody else? Any questions offline? हाँ बताओ. हम कराएंगे लास्ट में. We'll do that. तो वो टॉपिक आपके लागू नहीं होगा. It's common sense. We'll do it afterwards. So for us, what happens is our courses run as relay race. Okay, so it's like topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4. It's like the courses are running like a relay race. Okay, topic 4, again 1, again 2. We repeat this. So what we have done is we have found 2-3 entry points in geography. You can start geography from here or you can start geography from here. To start from here, 3, 4, 1, 2, your course gets over here. To start from here, your course gets over here, here. And accordingly, your test series will be there. So what you have not covered will not be done now. It will be done when you finish that off. That thing we maintain, don't worry. It's not that you have joined now, so some topic I will leave. I will not do that. And I have planned this so that the topics will be manageable in terms of the overlaps. Don't worry about that. A strategy for optional. Shweta, do the foundation course for 25. No, Dip Jyoti, this is not the session for that. It's not a general workshop. Please understand this. Yes, Himanshu, I will cover the topics and give the tests accordingly. I've got 1 month to make up for that, and you will make up eventually for that, Himanshu. So we have a sequence of topics that we teach you. All the books I recommend, Sayantika, you have to buy all of that. Okay, so Shivangi, you will have to manage it. That's your choice, how you want to do that. We will teach that to you also, Jayashri. Daily online classes. No, not on YouTube. No. Okay, मैं दुकान बंद करवाओगे यार, आप भी कुछ भी बोल देते हो. इतना चैरिटी थोड़ी होता है लाइफ में. You have to pay some price somewhere, no? I have not entered that level of self-actualization. अभी नहीं हुआ है. अभी मैं प्रोसेस में हूं. अभी गांधी जी नहीं हुआ हूं. ठीक है? Okay. Asking me, will I have all the class on the YouTube or not? ये बच्चे बैठे यहाँ पर पत्थर मारेंगे मुझे यार. Yeah. Assume geography preparation will cover GS. Snehashis, yes, you'll have an advantage, but GS will have some other topics also. The approach is different. Okay, it will help you. It will be a good base. It's like asking, sir, if I prepared for IIT FITG, will I get good marks in 12th? Not necessarily. Okay, it's a different approach altogether. You need something more for the GS geography, but you can use this base as an advantage. Divya, you can join if you want to join. That's your choice. Or next year also do fine. That's your choice. Better you space it. You don't have to do everything at the same time. All fine? Okay, then I'm moving on. Now about the subject. Okay, some idea. So there are 2 papers. We have paper 1 and we have paper 2. Paper 1, 250 marks, and paper 2 also 250 marks. Paper 1 is what's called as general geography. General geography, it has the world geography, it has the concepts in geography. And paper 2 is more of Indian geography. So paper 2 has applied aspects of paper 1. Okay, a syllabus. Okay, paper 1 is 250 marks, general geography, world geography, okay, and it has top concepts, it has some theories, it will have models, okay, applicable for the world at large. Okay, and This is Indian geography. The applied aspects are in paper 2. Okay, so there is some relationship. In fact, some topics I will teach at the same time. Like say when I start with population geography, I will teach paper 1 and paper 2 together. When I am teaching development geography, I will do paper 1 and paper 2 together. When I do environment geography, again I will do them together. Okay, because this is related to the concepts here. Paper 1 is world geography, general geography, and about the concepts, models and theories. Paper 2 is the applied aspect. That's one. The second thing you should know is that paper 2 has a compulsory map question. It has a compulsory map question where they'll give you a list of places you must mark and write about them. So while I'll teach you map work, but the proper map coverage will happen through our video classes. We have about 35-40 recorded sessions for the maps. We'll give that to you and we will practice something different, but coverage is through video classes. Okay, you must practice this in a different way altogether. And this list is largely enough, unless I want to add something more. Okay, but you can rely on this list for your map coverage. Paper 1 we don't have maps. Push nahi rahe hain, but paper 2 they have been asking maps. The third thing is that because geography is very applied in nature, lot of questions here are current affairs and they are GS based questions. Many questions, water issues, disaster management issues, agriculture issues, urban problems. So it's lot of current affairs and GS based questions here. Okay, so your current affairs must be good, which I'll help you cover. When I teach, I try to add current developments into your discussions. Plus, we have geography, environment, current affairs, okay, publication also. It's on the website. You can go to website resources section mein. There will be geography, environment, current affairs coverage. Okay, it's free for all of you. Every 15 days we publish that. So all the current affair developments we take up and compile and put into that one. Okay, plus what you must do for current affairs, we'll cover something. And all of you are invited to our current affair classes. We have it every week on Friday at 2:15 we have the class. And we cover the current affairs of the week. Plus on Saturdays, we have current affair test also. This is our efforts so that you are current affairs updated. Again, I'll recommend all of you must join those classes. It is kind of compulsory, but we don't charge you for that. It's open to all of our students of GS and even your geography. Okay, so 2:15 on Fridays and Saturdays you are having a test on the questions of that week's current affairs. Plus, I said you have current affairs, say publication. Publication every 15 days for geography, environment separately. Geography and environment separately. Okay, so that's one thing. The fourth important thing is that there are certain specific books. Okay, books that you have to buy. You have to buy. You have got no escape here. Now, some of you asked me that question to me. Now, listen. This examination is not a test of knowledge alone. Knowledge, definitely, we want to know, but it's more than that. And the level of questions are very deep. The level of questions are very probing. You require some clarity of whatever you have learned. It's impossible that the class notes alone will be enough. So when I say enough, so there are four things about teaching and learning. One is whether the topic has been covered or not. One. Number two is whether you understand that concept or not. Number three, can you remember that content or not? And number 4, can you apply that content or not? Okay. So when we are teaching and we're learning, these are the 4 aspects to any education. Okay. Hope both online offline. All the sessions are for both. One is your content coverage. Second is the content understanding. The third is the content recall, okay, and memorization. And the fourth is the content appreciation and application. 4 levels of teaching and learning. When you come to class, this is what you are doing. Content coverage. I've covered the content for you. And definitely, I also help you with understanding. But the actual understanding, recall, and this happens when you start studying on your own. This is the truth about the UPSC preparation. That this examination fundamentally is a self-study examination where you must invest, where you will apply your mind, where you will get into the concepts and understand it. The coaching classes, they help you organize things. They help put a structure to it. They help put a method to it. It's like a doctor can give injections, can give you medicine, but the body will heal on its own, right? The doctor ails the healing process. The doctor is not healing. वो तो help कर रहा है. In reality, everything is done by the body itself. अपने आप काम कर रहा है body. Okay. The doctor makes the conditions possible for the body to heal. So if a doctor gives the medicines and you are not willing to allow to heal, doctor कह रहा है rest करो, आप medicine खा के दौड़ने चले गए. Doctor says be careful about what you eat. Okay, and eat this one. You are doing whatever you want to do. Doctor can't solve the problem, right? See the relationship with UPSC in the same lines. I can help you with the coverage so that you know what to read and what not to read. Some concepts are tricky. I'll help you understand those things. But the appreciation hai, the application and your memorization has to be your work. I will guide you on the process. This you cannot do if you rely on the notes alone. Notes give you a base. Notes help you develop an approach. The notes give you clarity in terms of some concepts. But having clarity does not mean you appreciate it. Appreciation is a very deep concept. There's something that comes from deep in the heart. Like all of us know the idea called unity is your strength. We all know this, right? हमने रट्टा मारा हुआ है इसको. We all know this fact that honesty is the best policy. आपने याद किया हुआ है. You all know the fact the hard work has no substitute. But actually appreciating it is very different. That is about how you're using it as a part of your actual life. The Gandhiji, right, talks about his experiment in truth, right? यही तो कर रहे हैं. He's trying to lead a life of honesty, a life based on morality, a life based on some spirituality. Not same as knowing something by heart. So I can tell a child or a person by heart, honesty is best policy. लिख लेगा वो बार बार. But the appreciation that deep inside, that comes later on. It comes only when you start analyzing it at a deeper level. So for this type of study, you have to open the books. I'll teach you, you understand that, then open the books. Then understand what is being told there. So without books, you cannot qualify. This is the fundamental truth. 1. Number 2, the examination tests your analytical skills. Increasingly, the questions are testing your thinking level. The questions are testing your ability to analyze things and the issues. So what happens is, When you rely on only processed material, where the teacher has done all the dirty work and gave you to by heart and memorize, okay, we are destroying your skills of analysis. Current affairs, there's no dearth of market content, but those are processed contents. किसी ने पढ़ लिया है, okay, he has organized it and given it to you. That's a processed content. Processed content is a poor way of studying and covering everything. So it's like if there are 10 things to do, use processed content maybe for these things, but you must always have something which is your own content of analysis. I hope you got the point here. It's like, eating a fast food and eating a self-prepared food. If you do self-preparation every time, I will buy the flour, I will need आटा मैं बनाऊंगा और मैंने baking करना है, and I will make the bread and I will eat that. Brilliant, but that's tough. So breakfast, I go buy the bread and eat it. Processed food I'm eating. Lunch, I will say, cook the food and eat. I hope you got the point here. Okay. So it's a mix. Some amount of processed food is good, but you must also have lot of your own self homemade food also. The same thing in your studies. So some process will give you, but the only processed food is a bad way of studying. It will not help your skills. It will not help your understanding. You're working hard, but you're not developing your analytical mindset. Oh, you have to open the books. You have to read the proper articles. You must read the proper information from the right source. Plus, whatever we teach you, you try to use together as a part of your preparation. Is it okay, all of you? So, books reading is something I insist on. In fact, my teaching happens with the books. Every third, fourth, fifth day, I will open the book in front of you and I will underline the sentence from the books and I'll tell you, go back and read those sections. I'll tell you the page number of which book, what to be read. You'll go back home and do that work also. Okay, all of you? So books are must and you would all have got your book list with you. So quickly, what are the book lists? So look at the screen. You should have got one sheet. Agar nahi hai, to we'll share with all of you. This is the list of books that you have to buy. And please don't bargain with me. Some of you start bargaining, sir, ye loon ki nahi loon. When I'm giving the book list, I want all of you to buy those books. Visible, all of you? Okay, so maybe I will zoom a bit more. Okay, so here are the books. Geomorphology by, don't write it down, the list you'll get from our side. Geomorphology by Savindra Singh, Climatology by Savindra Singh, Oceanography Savindra Singh, Environment Geography Savindra Singh, Human Geography Majid Hussain. You can buy 5th or the 6th edition, that's your choice. Okay, this is book 1, Modern Theories by Majid Hussain, Geographical Thought by Dixit. For thought, one more book. Now this is an optional one. You may not buy, but my recommendation is buy it. Because you need this book for some references. Okay, you need this book. Then you have this Indian Geography book, a Kuller, 18 edition, but now the new one is out. You have a 2022, 23 edition also. You can buy this new edition, a Kuller. There are many other books, but I will follow this one. Why? Because I'm comfortable with this, that's all. You also have it in Geography by Majid Hussain also. You can buy that also if you want to buy. But in the class, I'll follow this book one. When I bring the book and the page numbers, you must follow only one book. Okay? Plus, keep 2 atlases. One is Orient Black Swan Atlas, and my recommendation is buy the Oxford Atlas. You can ignore TTK for now. Oxford earlier was not very good, but now Oxford Atlas, they have refined it very well. It's a very good atlas now. So these are must buy. Any other book you have bought will not be a waste, but I will not follow that as a part of my teaching. Not to say they are bad books. It's just that I can follow only one book in the class, no? Okay. This plus your basic readings, at least to do 8th, 9th, 10th of NCERT and 11th, 12th. Okay. And for now, you can buy these books, but don't read on your own right now. Isko hold karo. Your work will be NCERT, new edition, 8, 9, 10th. You can buy a new edition. And 11th, 12th also you buy. That's more important. But 8, 9, 10th gives you the base. So all of you have your book list. I'll share on the online platform for all of you, online and offline. And you can buy these books. Okay. While I know some of these books are available as PDF, pirated versions, okay, but two things here. Number one, the book has to be read as in studied. You must make notes on that, underlinings on that, which I think PDF is not the best way. Why? Because eventually you must write on a proper pen and paper. So get used to it, buy a physical book, all of you. Second, this is a superstitious thing. कर्मा वाला थ्योरी जो है, okay, इतने पैसे खर्च कर रहे हो आप लोग, spend another 4,000-5,000 rupees and buy all the books. Piracy is bad, और किसी का पाप लग जाएगा, UPSC में बहुत painful होता है. Okay, so I always believe this. Okay, exam के पहले you all of you, okay, will have this process. Some of you are very religious believers. Some of you are atheists. Some of you are borderline atheist. भगवान है नहीं है पता नहीं है यार, I'm fine. But UPSC will make every one of you a believer. Okay, एक टाइम ऐसे भी आएगा, okay, एग्जाम के पहले, okay, यार चींटी को मत मारो, पता नहीं अगर बददुआ लग गया, इसी चींटी का मेरा प्रीलिम्स नहीं होने वाला. You'll find all type of behaviors around you. Okay, so to start with, don't buy pirated ones. Okay, don't forward that. It's a bad practice, as simple as that. Somebody has worked hard, somebody has done something, and it's a matter of spending another 4,000-6,000 rupees, that's all. And you are spending so much on the course, your homestay. Okay, भगवान ना बैलेंस कर देता है, यहाँ से चोरी करोगे वहां से निकाल लेगा आपसे. And you qualify, okay, if you don't qualify the one attempt, आपके बजट में ऐड कर लो 4 lakh rupees. Okay, entire preparation becomes another 4 lakh rupees costlier. The room rent and emotional investment अलग से छोड़ो, उसके तो बात ही नहीं करेंगे. Some of you lose relationships also, उसका भी cost है. Okay, so anyways, it's a price. Okay, nothing in life is free. So let's see what all you ultimately pay for. And plus what I have done is I have given you a printout of the cover page to tell you that these are the two possible and there are more cover pages. Don't bother, buy any one of them. The beauty of Indian books are they keep changing the cover. अंदर वही कंटेंट होता है. Okay, so we are very constant that way. We don't change so fast. Cover page to make you buy again. That's all. So buy the latest one. Okay, geomorphology. So वैसे ही this climatology के अलग-अलग covers होंगे. Buy any one of them. Oceanography is the cover page. Just tell you what books you must buy. So we have done some compilation here. I will share that with you if you have not got it. I can buy that. Okay. Should you buy at one go or slowly? That's your choice. My instinct generally is buy the whole thing at one time. Okay. Once done and done, you are there in the room. Okay. And don't buy books beyond this. Some of you from geography background colleges, you must have read some other books. That's okay. I said no book is wrong book. Okay. But I will follow a certain list. Why? Because I am used to teaching and studying those books. No, there is one combined book called as Physical Geography by Savindra Singh. Don't buy that book. I want the separate books. Okay, separate books will have the entire syllabus coverage. Plus, all of you would have also got a syllabus copy also. My recommendation to all of you is do some Xerox of this and every notebook of yours paste this. Okay, in your room, on the table, the syllabus must be kind of by-hearted. Syllabus is your first guide towards, okay, how to study and what to study. Two fundamental guides. Ek a syllabus, another one is your previous year's questions bank. The question bank is again available on our website. Okay, you need not buy that separately. Okay, it's a soft copy, you can use it. Yes, Rachit, and do it more often, not just one copy. Okay, make 4-5 copies, अलग-अलग जगह रखो, and as frequently as possible, syllabus देखो आप लोग. What is being taught? What am I covering? What am I leaving? Ask me. Sir, आप ये कब पढ़ा रहे हैं? बाद में पढ़ा रहे हैं? अभी पढ़ें? बाद में पढ़ें? And so on. No book other than NCERT has to be read cover to cover. So, for now, all of you do your NCERTs properly. From Savindra Singh, I will tell you what to read. I'll tell you, open up page 79, second paragraph, 4 lines, underline that. Okay, open up page 81, first page, last paragraph, these 3 lines. So, Ramzan, that's okay. If you have bought 18 edition, that's perfectly fine, no problem, cooler. The I was telling you, there's new one out in the market, and there's not much difference in terms of the content, almost same content. No issues there. Okay? So I've explained syllabus to you. I've explained the books reading. I give an idea about what is our approach to examination, the foundation, advanced class, and so on. Any questions from this section? Anybody? Any doubts? Any doubts? Anybody? Offline, online? The purpose of first class was this. Okay, you have to interact with us. Okay, and find out how we'll approach. The book list, Lakshay, we'll share it with you. And by the way, all offline students also, you also have access to our platform. All the material that we will give you will be uploaded on the platform. So make sure you have taken your login IDs. You can log in. Any problem, I'll have a session with the tech team also, maybe next week sometime, and we'll tell you how to use that platform that we have. So even your assignments must be uploaded on the platform itself. Okay, and we'll give you our reports and feedback, whatever required. Okay, सब कुछ आपको मिलेगा online. Okay, so we're trying to make it as paperless as possible. Okay, partly because of convenience, and remotely you can access all of that. Okay, so all of you must have access to the platform. Nothing right now, Anand. Okay, nothing right now. Let me take you next step here. Now, for your study, what is your must do? What is your must do? Okay? For the first 1 month or 1.5, 2 months, maintain the process the way we are telling you. Learn the ropes first. Then innovate the way you want to innovate. Okay, the must do is all of you. Okay, all of you do the class live. Okay, see, recorded should be your last choice. If you ask me what is best, do the live class. Unless some other class is clashing, unless you have very poor network issue, unless you are in a job, you can't attend the class, or some other issue, theek hai. Okay, that's a compulsion you have. Okay, so for compulsion, fine, recordings. Otherwise, live class, and try to attend in such a way where the recording is not going to be important for you. You must assume, I will not get a recording, now let me study like it's a one-time affair. Because imagine this, okay, I mean, you will know this also, live class about 2.5 hours, and the class is not about listening to what I'm telling you. आपको लिखना पड़ेगा, right? You must write down. I'm teaching, you're making notes. When you try to do the same thing on recording, okay, you cannot do that work in 2.5 hours. Impossible. On average, it will take you 1.5 to 2 times more time. So 2-hour class, if you are doing recording, you will take 4 hours. You'll pause, you'll rewind, listen, write down, again pause, again rewind, listen, write down. Without notes making, your class has no consequence. So imagine, you come to class 2 hours, आप attentive नहीं हो, because I give you recordings, you'll go back home and do the recordings. What you can do in 2 hours, now you have spent 5 hours on the class. Such a waste of time, no? उस टाइम में आप कुछ और कर लेते आप लोग. Okay, so do the classes like you are not getting recordings. If you miss it, you have missed it. Do it like in that way. And if you miss the class, try seeing the recording same day. Don't pile it up. To pile it up, ये बहुत भयंकर, it will pile up. It will scare you after 1 week. So live classes is my recommendation on daily basis. Don't miss a class for a reason you know you could have avoided missing it. That's one. Second, the class notes is very, very important. See, there's a difference between teaching, learning and listening to a presentation. Presentation में क्या होगा? You're sitting down and I'm giving a presentation of slides. In presentation, my work is to convince you, not to teach you. So boardroom presentations, okay, team meeting presentations, there's no teaching going on. It's only about sharing information and convince, I'm selling an idea to you. But in teaching, you have to write down. You have to make notes. You have to think about it. It can't happen till you make your notes. So if you are not writing in the class, you are in trouble. And writing speed must be really good eventually. तो धीरे आप struggle करोगे आप. For first 2-3 weeks, you're struggling. You can't keep pace with me. I'll move at a certain pace. So when I am teaching, I'm looking at the first 2-3 rows. If 6, 7, 10 of them can write, I will move ahead. Others must play catch up. This is not education. It's a competition going on. Understand that. I'm not teaching you to teach a concept. I'm teaching you to make you exam ready. So if you can't run the race, you are in trouble. So in the class, it will be a mad affair. I will move at a pace. Some of you will be challenged. Okay, but you will ultimately learn. Okay, so class notes, daily basis is very, very important. Third must to do. This is your class efforts in the class. Third is, once you go back to your room the same day, this class notes must be converted into a summary or a synopsis. आपको ये करना ही पड़ेगा. This is the consolidation work. You have to do this everyday basis. I said no. There's a difference between content coverage, understanding, memorizing, and application. What happens for most of us is, because you don't consciously memorize, and happy with understanding, that's why you forget very fast. And in the exam conditions, में याद नहीं आ रहा है, test में याद नहीं आ रहा है. Understanding is not the end of your study. Your end is when you can apply the content for some problem solving. It's like, a cycle, learning cycling. You understand cycling, no? There's a cycle, there are 2 wheels, there are balance, you will paddle, is understanding. But that doesn't mean you can cycle. For cycling, you must actually start working on the field. Fall down, get up, again fall down, again get up. The synopsis writing helps you in memorizing, helps you in focusing what I am teaching. So if the class is approximately, the notes is approximately 8 to 12 pages on average हम पढ़ाते हैं आपको, the synopsis of this 8-10 pages should be less than 1 page. There's a tightly packed content, only the keywords. Okay, so you try this. I will teach you and show you eventually what does a summary look like. But आप पहले try करोगे आप. I'll show you samples, we have it. And synopsis something I think I have been very, very persistent on. Initially we'll push you, thereafter it's your work. But for everything you read, synopsis is a must. One thing I tell the students, how do I know you are studying? I say, proof karo, you are studying. I'm coming to class. So coming to class, no big deal. I can go to class and any class I can sit and stare at the teacher. I'm not studying, no? So I'm making notes. No, I'm dictating notes. That's not study. How do you prove studying? The only proof is if you're making this. Coming to class, making notes in the class, asking doubts in the class is not a measure. Measure is, all said and done, do you go back to your room and make this or not? And one more truth I will repeat many a times. You cannot study from your class notes. आपने एक बार लिख लिया class notes ना, you can never study from this again. You can only study if you have done your synopsis properly. This is a must do. We'll have no compromise here. On a daily basis, you must upload and we'll keep a track of how many of you are doing that. Okay? That's one. And the fourth must do is, whenever I ask you for the book reading, you will do that. So, the selective book reading as recommended. So, don't read any book blindly. I'll tell the pages, I'll tell you the sections, I'll mention the line, kya padhna hai, kya nahi padhna hai. And whatever you read from the book, you'll add in your synopsis. Okay, because I can't teach you every detail. Some things in the book will be a bit more. Add kar lo isko. The diagrams in the books are good. Add that in your summary sheets. So all of this, and this is not everyday work, it's once in 2 or 3 days. Sometimes only twice in a week I will ask you to do this one. I will teach you one concept, 2 concept, 3 concept, and then I will say, now let's open up the book. The book reading is not daily affair, but the rest is a daily affair. So for heaven's sake, all of you, at this stage, you will not ask me for answer writing. It's too early. Okay. You will not, debate on which book to read. If I tell you to do it, you must do it blindly. Okay. You will not skip synopsis writing. This is your fundamental beginning instructions. Do this at my pace for the next 1 or 2 months, and then you will understand the value of what we are doing. Eventually, I'll do answer writing, but it will take some time. First, consolidate the content I have taught you. All fine here? Any questions online? Any questions online? Or anybody offline, any questions? So online, offline, there's no distinction, okay? Okay, same content, same assignments, आपके लिए भी है और offline के लिए भी है. But offline, okay, I can see them, but you guys, I'm trusting you are studying. I have no way of knowing other than when you submit your synopsis for evaluation. Any clarification, anybody here? Any doubts here? Fair enough. So your formal class starts tomorrow, 29th of August. And the topic is climatology. You must have the book of climatology with all of you. Parallelly, find out some time back in your room to cover whatever NCERT you can cover. Okay. And you will be part of the larger group. Today's session was different, away from the rest, okay, because I had to orient you towards the course. Tomorrow, online students all will have the common opening for all of the links. You guys will have the class on the 3rd floor. Okay, we have a bigger room there. Okay, so they have done some topics. Some of them are from the June batch. Some of them are from the May batch. Some of them are for January batch. As there is a relay race going on. So for you, I'll start off, okay, with climatology, and the topics not covered, we'll do that in the later part of your course. Okay, your time is, whenever we want, we'll start off with your 6 months. It's no use. It's no use. You can buy that, okay, but see if you can read it. You're asking me, sir, can we buy the notes of the class from the market? Do it. But nobody has ever, okay, learned from somebody else's class notes. Okay, those class notes are not possible unless you have written that on your own first. Hello Muskan, hi. Okay, is there any online class for what? Yes, definitely online class hai na hamara. Online class course. This is online. You can join online. What Rajya Sabha House? Oh, like Rajya Sabha rotation. Oh, yes, yes. And yes, all of you are members of parliament. Yes. We're starting off tomorrow, Raja. Tomorrow your class starts. Anand, I've explained it to you, I think. And synopsis is just the keywords. Keywords, the key concepts, the key diagrams. You'll remove all other language details. Pack the whole content in less than one page. Raja, somebody will reach out to you. Okay. My notes, you buy it if you want to buy it. I'm not selling those notes right now. And you want to buy, we also have our booklets here. Okay, you can buy it, that's your choice. But I do not see how you can study for anybody's hand notes. Ashwini, the process will be you have to practice from the videos. Okay, major marks kuch nahi hai, wahi same marks has always been last 15 years tak. The video for the map is going to be video classes. Okay, we cannot cover that in the 6 months time otherwise. When the course was smaller, I should do that in the class, but now it's okay, up to you. Priya, basically asking me, can I buy the pirated notes or not? मैं क्या आंसर दूंगा बताओ? Buy it. They're very, very helpful. Okay, make 3-4 copies and open your own shop also. Priya. ठीक है, buy it 100%. What else? Anybody else? One copy of what? Mapping. I don't know what you mean by one copy. Offline, any doubts here? Any questions here? Okay. So we are done for today's class. Oh, almost time here. Okay. So Ashwini, find out. Okay, you're asking the wrong person for that. Find out and okay, you use it. Okay? So if you have doubts, offline student can stay back and ask me. Otherwise, WhatsApp. What's your problem? Tell me. Raja, reach out. Call us up. Okay, we will get back to you. You have finished syllabus, then you can join the advanced course directly. You'll get it on your email, Ankit. On the email, today we had a login problem. Okay, but you'll get that on email. You can start attending from there. Okay. Thanks all of you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. And climatology. Yes. Bye.